What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10, episode number 17. Today we are going to be diving a little bit more into this mod behind me that is Forbidden and Arcanus, as well as we were probably going to make our way over to the Twilight Forest. So, first things first. I did make the forge already because I was streaming and we ended up making it on stream, but I wanted to go over it real quick with you guys so you could see how this thing is functioned, what we do with it, and so on and so forth. So first thing first, if we take a look at our quest book, this is our mod that we're dealing with. It actually does a decent job of telling you what you need to do and stuff like that. To get started, you need to be mining underground, deep, Y level 1 and below. Very true. Stellarite pieces. You're going to mine for a long time for these. I recommend just pick up every single one that you can, every little instance that you can. There's no easy way to get this item. There is a B for this, which is kind of what we were doing on stream. But even to get the B, you need to have some insane amount of things, which we'll look at here in a second. So these are your ores, arcane crystals. With these, you can find all over the place. You're gonna need a handful of those, and then the runes, same kind of thing. You're gonna need those as well. You're gonna need a bunch of dark stone. You're gonna need 8 to build the forge. This is basically what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 48 polished dark stone, 9 gilded dark stone, 4 arcane, 8 pedestals, a smithing table, and 1 mindabitter dust. You're going to put them all into this pattern here as shown, or if you want to see it this way. So think of it as a 7x7 with 3 on the outsides of the center. You are going to place your smithing table in the center, and then you are going to use some of this mindabar dust, and you're going to shift right click it to form the forge. And this really isn't too bad. This is just some redstone and things. The arcane crystal dust is probably the most odd, and really, I mean, it's just taking the crystals that we've already got and smelting them. So nothing super crazy. Now, when you do that, you get yourself a forge like this. You get a level 1 forge to start with. And each of these things has different stats of things that you need to put inside of it. You have experience, so both bottles of enchanting. You have blood. You have souls. And you have Ariel. Now, the Ariel you get from these guys here. You can find them in chests. You can also craft them with potions of regeneration and then much more of the crystal. Personally, I recommend you just make some of these. So these guys here are guys that create passive Ariel for you. You just have to put it in place of where a pedestal is. And you place it down. And yeah, it just automatically feeds this up over time. And you are good to go. That's it. And those are actually pretty simple to make. So if we take a look at the recipe of those, it's literally just 2 arcane crystal blocks, a polished block, and a mundus, and you place those on top of one another, and you click to get yourself a pylon doodad. So again, the quest book does a really decent job. It's a 1x3x1 structure. You make yourself an obelisk, and you get yourself a nice passive generation. Highly recommend. Blood. Blood is very simple as well. You make some of these test tubes, and then go kill mobs. Put the test tube inside of your offhand, and in this case, we're going to go over to the end, and we're going to kill it. I found this to be the quickest, especially for me, just because I don't have to worry too much about it, and it just fills up. The tube does need to be in your offhand. If you kill mobs with it not being in your offhand, it's not going to do you any good. So make sure you do that. We're just going to fill these up real fast, just because I was looking at the forges, and I see that we're going to need a lot of blood. But the thing that we're going to need probably the most of is souls. Now we haven't really talked about souls yet, and that's because it's probably the most challenging portion of this. But there is a way that we can automate it. So let's go back home. And again, I recommend just build some up, fill it up, throw it inside of here, and call it a day. Okay, that's what this chest here is kind of like my holding chest of all things arcane at the moment, just because it's the only one that I can have. So as you see, we've got all kinds of things. Now, souls. The way you get souls is actually kind of weird. So if we take a look at there's a soul sucker tool, which is, let me find it here, because I think I'm going to need to craft another one. So let's just come over here and we'll just craft another one, because I know the one I have over there is going to be bad here in a second. So if we take a look at soul, S-O-U-L, this guy here, a soul extractor, it is only made, okay, we need to craft a thing. How am I out of sand? Sand. I never know how I'm out of sand. It should automatically craft this thing for me, but apparently, it doesn't want to. And I'm not quite sure why it doesn't auto-craft that for me. It's supposed to auto-craft it. Take this. You need some nether bricks, block of quartz, regular quartz, and you get yourself a lovely, get those out of our inventory, and you get yourself a lovely bit of a soul extractor. Soul extractors. All right. So here's what you do with these soul extractors. To get a soul, you take soul sand, you place it down, boop, and you right click. And it sucks a soul out of it. This is tedious. So what we did is we set up a way to try to partly automate this. It's not fully automated, only because I haven't put an export bus or anything like that on it. But if we come over here, one of the sides, yeah, over here, as you see, so what we've done is I've placed down a clicker, a block placer, and a breaker. And then I've loaded up this chest with soul sand. And then with the block placer, I just set this to be a deny list. And it places the block. With the clicker, I stuck the soul extractor inside of it, set to a deny list, hold click for 89 ticks, basically. And it does a good job. Sucks out the soul. This guy just breaks the when you convert it, soul sand becomes soulless sand. So I just have this set to only break soulless sand, and then I just put a chest over here with a basic item collector on top of it to collect the items. So it's kind of a nice little way of being able to slowly automate this. And it's a nice passive way. There's no other way that I know of. I'm sure there's other YouTubers out there. I know Pilpo has a thing. I don't know how he does it. But that was the only way I could think of doing it, because there's no real great way. And we're going to need a lot of souls. Like, we're going to need a lot of souls. As you see, this one takes 50. If we take a look at the forges, forge, So we're level 2 right now. And we became a level 2 just by using some arcane crystals, some spawner scraps, as we've been breaking spawners, an Edelwood plank. But then down here, you need a certain number of each of these items for this craft to occur. So to go from a level 1 to a level 2, we need 0 experience, we need 6,000 blood, 10 souls, and 500 Oriole. So we were able to do that. To go to a tier 3, we need 0, 9,000 blood, 50 souls, 1,000 Oriole. Not bad. Tier 4, you need 100 souls. Tier 5, you need 500 souls. So this is going to be a passive thing where it's definitely it's going to behoove you to automate this. And my dogs are going crazy. So I will be right back once I figure out what's going on. Okay, so the thing that I want to do is, since we have the stuff in here to be able to make a tier 3, I kind of want to show you how this process works. So if we look at JEI and we look at the tier 3, again, 4 arcane crystals, 4 diorium ingots, and 1 polished darkstone. Diorium, again, nothing super crazy. Charcoal, the smelting up some of the crystal, and some minibar dust. Nothing big. So, but you place your crystals, and these don't have to be in the exact order as shown in JEI. And then place your other dude in here. So this one you actually have to open the inventory, throw him up in here, and as you see, we get this nice outline up over here, which is kind of cool. Go down, please. Thank you. It doesn't start though until you smack it with a gavel. So you need to form yourself a gavel, which is actually pretty cheap. Some diamonds, some sticks, and some clay. That's all it is. Come over here, give this thing a smack with your hammer. This is such a cool little animation that it does. I really like this. And then after a minute of sucking in all of the resources and draining our altar of the blood and of the souls and the different things that's required, this whole thing will transform into the next tier altar. So as you see, we were a tier 2. Now we are a tier 3 altar. So very nice. And again, we're going to need more souls. We're going to need more blood. We're going to need more experience. If you have been following along, you'll know that I have made myself an experience seed. And so if we grab bottles of enchanting, boop, boop. Let's grab a couple bottles of those. And I have that set up on AutoCraft as well. So just so you guys can see, actually we didn't use, just throw it in. It'll use up what you need. Throw the other stuff inside of a chest. We haven't had a need for a whole lot of it yet. Actually, we're going to take these because I want to show you guys the black hole. Then we'll grab our blood, and we'll grab those as well. So we're going to throw all of these things in here. I said, souls is going to be the most expensive thing, I think, because I just don't see. Wow, 30,000 blood. Yeah, we're going to need to fill up a lot of blood. Let me break the. Remember how I said that if you place the Ariel things down, you can just get this passively. As you're going out and about and exploring and doing things, just throw those down so you're generating, so it's coming in passively. Works nice. Does a very good job. And we're gonna partly fill this thing up. We're going to fill this up as much as possible with the items that we have. And then I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to go to the Twilight Forest. I was looking at the Aldermodium Star last night as I was streaming. So again, if you're not following me, twitch.tv/firstc624. So make sure you come, make sure you swing in, say hello. I play a lot of different stuff, RPGs, Minecraft, story-driven games. It's a nice chill environment, welcoming for all. So if you're, I tend to stream every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And yeah, swing them by. So we need more blood. More blood. So I'll do that off camera. We'll grab some more blood. I do want to show you guys the black hole mechanic, because the other items that we're going to need are these petrified XP orbs, and to do those, you need a black hole. Yes, that kind of black hole. So I made a black hole over here, over by this village. Now, these black holes aren't like other black holes that harm you, though. You can't break them, but they do suck in entities. So if you were to throw something on the ground, it's gonna suck them up. So make sure that you are being very, very careful when you are by this. Make sure you don't accidentally hit Q, you know, like I do with stuff, because you will cause problems with your game. So like, I mean, even if we break these things, you know, this is the black hole is sucking them up as fast as I can, faster than I can even pick them up. So make sure you're doing things to protect your equipment. Don't toss your tools inside of this. This is a bad idea. Bottles of enchanting. If we throw our bottles of enchanting into this guy, if you feed this thing enough, what is going to occur is it's going to give you back XP orbs. And you actually need to like do what I'm doing right now. Don't just toss your items into it. You're not going to get your stuff. You're not going to get your XP that you need out of it. See how in our item slot 1 we have 5 XP orbs? You actually need to break your XP over here for it to spit back out the experience. So just something to keep in mind. I haven't come across a craft yet where I needed the XP orbs, but I know I'm going to need them very, very soon. Because let's talk about the Stellarite bee. I spent a lot of time trying to get the items that we needed to craft this. Stellarite bee can only be made from the Stellarite bee spawn egg. Bee spawn egg can only be made in a tier 3 forge. Oh, I'm sorry. A tier 5 forge. Tier 5. We are tier 3. But to make these, our Eternal Stellas, we needed a tier 3. So we need at least 4 of these. So, and to craft these, again, we need 3 of these, 1 Stellarite piece, 1 Aldermodium ingot, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So again, just throw your stuff up on the what was the thingy? My brain just ingot in the center. Okay, so if we take you, And we give it a smack with our hammer. And again, this shows us how much of each item that we need. We need no experience, 1,000 blood, 1 soul, 82 Oriole. So it's not an expensive craft, but it is a craft that, oops, is, oh crap, did I start it over? This is such a cool animation. I really love it. So yeah, so I'm going to be making, I'm going to be making those probably off camera once. Yeah, so there's our first Eternal Stella. The Eternal Stellars are kind of nice. You can basically take this item and apply it to any tool, and it makes the tool that you're applying it to an unbreakable tool. We need it for stuff like this. We need it for, the next tier sword and, again, our B, but we need it for the Oblivion Shard as well. Now, the Oblivion Shard, this is why we need to go to Twilight Forest. This item is required for the star. So if we take a look at the uses, you need 1 Oblivion Shard to make 1 All-the-Modium Star. So it's a thing. Okay? So just be aware, it's a thing. You're gonna need to do it. Just know in advance you're gonna need to do it. But how do you get to the Twilight Forest, you say? Well, let's grab a diamond. 1 diamond. Just 1. And poppies. We need flowers. So it can be any kind of flower. So if we do hashtag flower, it shows you different type of flowers. I know poppies work. So we're just going to grab a handful of poppies. We need 9. But basically, get yourself a pool of water, 2 by 2. Surround it with flowers. I don't think we need the corners, but I'm going to make the corners just so it's nice and pretty. And then once you have this, take your lovely diamond and just throw it in. We now have our portal to the Twilight Forest. And just jump on in. Doesn't want to load. Okay. There we go. There we go. Welcome to Twilight Forest. Now, the map will tell you. So if you look at JEI, I mean, this isn't kind of the way that we're supposed to do this, but if we take a look at the quest book, and we go all the way down to the bottom, Twilight Forest, and it tells you how to create your portal as well. So, things we're going to need. We need to find ourselves a Silence of the Forest. We need to find ourselves a bunch of new creatures. One of the worst of these is the cicada. I suggest killing this thing. But killing any mob will work. We need to just shut things up, basically. So, you should probably make yourself a waypoint if you're using your thing. And so we're going to call this Twilight Portal. Alternatively, if you have waystones inside of your backpack, which I try to normally keep some on me, you can also just put down a waystone here so you don't have to use the portal the next time. So, Twilight Forest portal. And save. All right. So let's kill some stuff. Sorry. Now, the rams and stuff like that we just got, they're gonna drop their wool. It's an important thing. You actually need their wool. Yes, you could probably shear them, but you know, killing them is much more fun. Block of lapis. All right. So let's take a look at the quest book. So there's things that there's various quests that we're going to need to do. First things we're going to need to do. So we did this. Basically, just kill the thing. We need to get a raven feather. For the first thing we need to do is we're going to run to these obsidian pillars, which is that thing we just saw. At the pillar, there should be ravens around it. Kill it. We need their feathers to create a map of the area. Okay, so if we go back to, I don't know which way I was going. Over there, it looks like. Nope. Where was that portal? There it is. So what we want to do is we want to try to find ourselves a raven and kill. I think that's a raven right there. Just kill ourselves a raven. I tried to kill the squirrel, but it didn't work. So what we do is we use the raven thing to make ourselves a enchanted map focus. So basically, we're gonna grab this. We're gonna see what it takes for this. For this, we need torch berries, some glowstone dust, and of course the raven feather. And we really only need, oh, poor bunny. I think we only need one of these. So what we're gonna do, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go underground for a moment because we need some torchberry plants. Right-click them, and you get yourself your torchberries. Make sure you right-click them. Don't do other things. You will. I don't believe you can just break it. So like that. I did break it. It did give it to me. I wonder if can we use our shears? His freaking dogs. No. So we're gonna grab ourselves a bunch of these. We're gonna need them. I don't know what my dogs are going off about, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know who you were, but you were mean. Ow. Go away. Go away. Oh, another raven. Bye. All right. So actually, let's grab a couple more of these things. So the Twilight Forest has a very unique mechanic to it as well. If you are... I'm actually surprised I can fly. Because the Twilight Forest limits you with the tools that you're allowed to take to it. It had to be vanilla tools, if I remember correctly. And so you have to be very, very careful with what you take to the Twilight Forest. So we're going to make ourselves a map focus. So if we look at focus, we need one of these. And again, I'm pretty sure we only need one. But if we need more, that's okay. We just kill some more things. It'll be fine. We don't need any of this stuff on us. I don't know why I have any of this on me. We can put those away. Put this away. And then if we take a look at this, surround the focus with some paper. And apparently I don't have any paper. And this is our map of the Twilight Forest. This is our guide that we are going to need for the Twilight Forest. Okay, so this is going to be a very important, I'm just kind of checking to see what all we can make with this. It's going to be a very important block for us, so make sure you are doing things to protect yourself. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to call the episode here. In between episodes, what I will do is I will probably fill this up with stuff. I might work on upgrading this to the next level, forge. I might work on getting it up to level 5 because we already have dragon scales and dark nether stars. I mean, it's just obsidian ingots surrounded by another star. I mean, it's nothing super special about this craft. Forbidden Arcanus. And maybe there is. I don't know. Have we made this yet? Obsidian steel. Obsidian. Generators, essence. I have made some of it. So how did I make it? Recipe. Oh! Here, before we end the episode, I'll show you this block real quick. Down one more. Yeah. So here we have our coke oven. No, it's getting us our coal coke. This was our Forbidden Arcanus block that we needed to make our steel. So actually, now that I think about it, I think we showed that in a different episode. So as always, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Next time when we come back, we will be taking a look at Twilight Forest, and hopefully we can knock some things out of the park. Have a wonderful day, guys.